Yes, my Spurs family, what's good? It's your boy Flicks back with another Tottenham update. So, obviously, talks have been ongoing for the past few weeks now regarding Brennan Johnson's future at Tottenham. He has been heavily linked with a number of clubs, one of them being Bournemouth, and the other one seriously linked at the moment is Crystal Palace. So, before I crack on with the rest of that, if you're new to my channel and if this is the first time you've seen any of my videos, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, have your say in the comments section. What are your thoughts on Brennan Johnson potentially leaving Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and who would you like to see hopefully come the other way? Because let's face it, Tottenham do need signings. We need serious signings. Our squad depth, as we all know, is absolutely atrocious. So hit us up in the comments, roll the intro, and I'll crack on with the rest of my Tottenham update regarding Brennan Johnson. Let's go. Yes, guys, Brennan Johnson joined from Nottingham Forest back in September 23. He originally signed a 6-year contract, so he's only seen 2 years of those at Tottenham. It's a difficult one. It's really split, really down the middle when it comes to Tottenham fans. You know, does Brennan deserve to stay, or should he go? Let's face it, he was a key starter under Ange Postecoglou, and let's face it, he seriously helped Tottenham win Europa League, our first trophy in 17 years, our first European trophy in what, 41 years. You know, it's crazy to think how, like I said, he's been such a key starter last season to now under Thomas Frank on the bench, not getting a look in whatsoever. And I've been saying it for a number of weeks, number of months possibly. You know, when you look at our striker options, there's not many up there. Richarlison, I know he's been banging a couple of goals just lately, but before that, we were crying out for goals. And Brennan Johnson only last season was our top scorer in all competitions, top scorer in the Premier League for Tottenham. You know, when you look at that stat, it's absolutely ridiculous to think that Brennan Johnson was our top scorer last season. And, you know, to be on the bench, not getting a look in, like I said, is just absolutely bonkers. It really is absolutely crazy. And like I said, and I'll say again, I've been calling out for Brennan Johnson to be starting over Richarlison, because 9 times out of 10, Brennan Johnson will get you a goal. He will get you a goal a game. You know, it's like I said, it's absolutely crazy. But yes, it looks like Brennan Johnson will be leaving Tottenham. But it's all boils down to what Brennan Johnson wants in the end of the day. So I'm just going to read out a little something. This is from BBC Sport. So Johnson to decide future after Palace agreed deal. Obviously, the other rumoured club is Bournemouth, but it's looking more likely that Crystal Palace are leading the race to sign Tottenham's Brennan Johnson. So the official statement says Brennan Johnson is set to decide whether he wants to join Crystal Palace after the South London club agreed a £35 million deal to sign the Tottenham attacker. BBC Sport revealed back in October, the 18th of December, that the Eagles were in advance efforts for the Wales attacker, but basically decided not to make any more moves until the Tottenham Palace game was done, which was only a few days ago. So now they're in agreement between both clubs, but it's down to Johnson to decide what he wants. Does he want to stay at Tottenham? Does he want to look elsewhere, or does he want Crystal Palace? So that's where we are currently right at. That's where we are right now. So yeah. So however, the 24-year-old is set to decide his future. Does he want to sign for Palace at Selhurst Park, or does he want to stay at Tottenham? So it's an interesting one. But Spurs fans, football fans in general, let's hear your thoughts in the comment section. Would you be happy to see Brennan Johnson leave Spurs, or would you want him to stay? From what I remember, when we did sign him back in September 2023, we signed him for about it was around the 40 million margin. Obviously, that's dipped a bit. So Palace are offering 35 plus add-ons. So rough, if you call in add-ons, probably around 38, around about the 38 mark roughly. So yeah, we're going to cut a loss on that. But would you be happy? Like I said, would you be happy to see him stay? Would you be happy to see him go? But at the end of the day, we need squad depth. We need quality. And like I said before, 9 times out of 10, Brennan Johnson would bang you a goal. And yeah, if he does go, in some ways it will be a shame to see Brennan Johnson leave to a rival in the Premier League. But wherever he goes in the Premier League, you know, being Bournemouth or Palace, whatever, I'm sure he's going to be a guaranteed star. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's hear your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I will see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned, guys.